My name is Bill Schneider. I'm here in the very southwesternmost part of Texas, about 50 miles south of the town of Alpine and about 40 miles north of the border with Mexico. This is the northern part of the Chihuahua Desert. We're here to test out the Waterboxx. I think this will be a very challenging test for the Waterboxx. It's an extreme environment here. It's very dry. They only get about 8 inches per rain per year on average. The water table is very low. There's a man not more than 200 yards from here who had to drill down 1,000 feet to get his water. As you can see, there are really no trees here. The primary vegetation is grasses and shrubs. This is a creosote bush, which is very common here. Also, we find the yucca plant, prickly pear cactus, and various grasses. So we're going to try to establish some trees here using the Waterboxx. We're going to be planting the desert willow, sweet acacia, netleaf hackberry, and the little leaf palo verde. There's also a couple of shrubs we're going to be planting, the little leaf sumac and the four-wing saltbush. And in a moment you'll see my son, and we'll be demonstrating how we use the Waterboxx.
Alright, so we're going to plant some palo verde here in this Waterboxx. We've got 2 seeds here. We've already cut a little trench. We're going to plant the 2 seeds at each end of the trench and then cover them over with dirt. Now once that's done, we're going to take the Waterboxx and carefully put it over the seeds, making sure it's lined up so that this slit faces east to west. So we're going to make sure that's lined up correctly. Alright, now once that's done, we need to stick the pegs in their little holes. Now once that's done, we fill this puppy up. Alright, and then the only thing left to do is put the cap on. Well, at least, no, it's not the only thing left to do. Then we need to fill in the rest of this hole with the dirt that we took out in the first place. There we go.
We've added a couple of modifications to the Waterboxx here because we're concerned about animals that might try to get into the water. Specifically, we're worried about coyotes and javelinas. So we've done 2 things. We've added this wire mesh around the perimeter and then secured the whole thing with these short pieces of reinforcing steel. So altogether, we're using 32 Waterboxxes to plant these trees and shrubs, and you can see several of them out here. And we'll be checking on them periodically over the next year or 2 to see how they do. There are 4 points that we did not make while shooting the video at the planting location. I'd like to make those now. The first is regarding plant choice. We selected 6 plants that are all native to that region, and we did that because we thought those plants would have the highest likelihood of being successfully established there. As we plan more plantings there, we'll be picking other species that can add value, for example through producing food or wood. The second point is it's important to have a good understanding of the seed that you're using. You want to make sure that you prepare the seed properly so that you have the highest likelihood of successful germination. The third point is that you may have noticed in the video that we planted the seeds in ground that was already wet or moist. And we did that by pouring 2 gallons of water into the holes before we planted. And in that water was a mixture of mycorrhiza. And mycorrhiza is a mixture of microbes, and these microbes are important because they interact with the roots and help promote water and mineral uptake. And fourth, I'd like to thank several people who helped us for this project. First is Peter Hoff, he's the inventor of the Waterboxx. Second is John Wells, he's a resident in the Chihuahua Desert there, and he helped us with water. And third is Alice Stevens, she's the owner of the One Way Plant Nursery in Alpine, Texas. Fourth is Oscar Mestas, and he's with the Texas Forest Service. And last was Fraser Haney, he's with the Whitewater Preserve in California.